when you get the frame right, it's impossible to say really wrong things. So when I'm talking to a girl, I am cooler than her, and she would be lucky to be with me. That's true, period. That's always the case in my conversations, at least in my mind. So from that frame, it's very hard to say truly low value things. And it's hard to be truly like worried or panicked. Like if you truly believe that the girl likes you, has pretty much decided to sleep with you, and all you need to do is like not be a total dumbass for it to work, a lot of the pressure comes off. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. Right? And if you truly believe that if you don't end up with this girl, you'll meet another girl of equal caliber very, very soon, a lot of the pressure comes off. And when you believe that you're high value, then you can just say the things that come to your mind, and those things will be high value things. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. Right. So what I will do is I'll just like, I'm trying to think of like the best way to illustrate this. If you give me like a topic or any kind of conversational thing, there's a high value and a low value way to ramble about it. Like someone give me any conversational topic. Please not politics or religion, anything besides those two, because those are just like weird. Fashion. Cool. So here's a low value way to, so if, let's say, okay, fashion, and I'm gonna talk from someone who's insecure about his fashion, right? So listen, where do you get that jacket? I've always been fascinated by like London fashion. I can never seem to figure it out. You guys are so well dressed, and like, it's just this thing Americans can't seem to live up to. So like, maybe you could give me some pointers, right? Do you see how it's not terrible. It's actually decent conversation. But do you see how it's very low value? It's very, you're better than me, let me invite you into your frame, that kind of stuff, right? Okay, now fashion, right? That is a very interesting decision you made, like fashion-wise, right? Like I feel like there's different kinds of people. There's the people that like don't get fashion at all and just like dress like shit. There's the people that like get fashion and are like trendsetters, and then the people that are like, they kind of get it, but they're like trying to fit in, right? Like they're a little worried to really go out there. And I feel like you're kind of on the edge. I feel like you're right on the edge where like you get fashion. Like if like you can see someone who'd be like, that guy looks like shit. All right, you definitely can do that. But I feel like you haven't really found like your own fucking style. I feel like you kind of like, you follow the trends a little bit instead of making the trends. Is that accurate?
So what's the frame? How did you get that frame then?
Huh?
How did you get that frame? What frame did you come from?
I just came from the frame that I know something and that I'm sharing it with you. Right? And I'm not overly impressed, but I have the right, the ability, the value to teach you something instead of asking you something. That's number one. And then I just trust that the things that come out of my mouth, even though I'm just like rambling ridiculously, that the things that come out of my mouth will be interesting and will have value. And if I have a strong enough opinion on things, that will almost make it valuable, almost make it interesting by its own nature. Right? Strong opinions are interesting. Right? People with strong, even people have fucking, like homeless people with strong opinions say interesting things. Right? Say crazy fucking things, but like they say interesting things. Right? If you have strong opinions, you become more interesting. If you have like weak, half-assed opinions, you're not as interesting. But I trust that the interesting things I will not be dumb homeless people things. They'll be high-value people things. That makes sense? But I'm coming from the frame that, here's a frame. Here's a very good frame. I've lived for 37 years on this planet, and I've had a lot of success in my 37 years. The cause of that success is that like certain things that I've learned and certain things that I've developed for myself. And when I speak, I'm sharing with you those things. So when I speak, I'm sharing with you an opportunity, little nuggets of wisdom of how to be equally successful, have an equally great life yourself. As such, I trust that the things that come out of my mouth are valuable. There's a frame, for example, right? And maybe some of that's true, maybe it's not true. I mean, it's possible some of you guys, like if I'm just like rambling and like this like didactic, like I know what I'm talking about way, some of you guys are more successful than me in certain ways. Right? There are probably, I'm not gonna get into like this, that, and the other for everybody. There are probably people in this room that are more financially successful than me. Probably, right? Maybe, maybe not, but probably, okay? There are probably people in this room that are, there may be people in this room smarter than me. I personally don't ever believe anyone's smarter than me, but there may be higher IQs than me in this room. It is possible. It is quite possible, right? I'm smart, but who knows, right? So I'm certainly not the best at like there may be better athletes than me in this room. There almost certainly are, especially now because I'm out of shape and old, right? There are definitely people in this room that are more athletic and can do those kind of things better than me, right? But I believe I'm pretty fucking good, and I believe that I have a lot to share. And I also, this is arrogant a little bit, I also believe that even for people who are better than me at certain things, I still have some things to share. They still could learn from me, even if they are better than me in some ways, right? And even if it's not true, I'm going to put it across in a way that makes it very convincingly, compellingly true just through confidence. Does that all kind of make sense? But I genuinely do. I genuinely believe that when I talk to someone, I have had years of life experience that they'll never have. Even if they've had other experience that's amazing and taught them a lot, I've had 37 years on this planet that they'll never experience. And when I share with them those things, when I share with them the lessons of those 37 years, I'm saving them tons of headaches and tons of trial and error, and I'm opening their eyes to some of the coolest, best lessons distilled, and just for their I don't know, enjoyment and education, right? So how is that not of value?